I was in a clothing store and the women working there were quite to be late teens, early 20s. They had their lips done, they had filler done. And I couldn't believe it because I thought at that age, you look perfect, you don't need anything. And so that was, I think, the first time it really struck me that it's very different now to, say, 5 or 10 years ago.
We live in a world of image, and I work in this industry that's based on appearances. But on the inside, what we do is we try to make people feel better about themselves, be happier. So we're gonna add an implant here, and then your breast tissue gets pushed forward. So your breast tissue is gonna be sitting here.
I don't think it's anyone's place to tell anyone what they should do, especially if we want to talk about women being equal, then we should view it as women being perfectly competent to make that decision if they want.
Here. Having surgery is a scary, scary thing. People are scared. If you take that fear away, suddenly a lot of people would be going and getting things done. And so that's what happens. They overcome their fear, they get one thing done, and they realize, hey, that was no big deal. I can do this again. And suddenly they're, well, I also want this, realizing that it's not such a big deal. Cosmetic surgery alters you, but it's still you.
There's a lot of access these days to images of people that have been photoshopped. You can just open your Instagram or your Snapchat and see people who are posting images of themselves, but they're often filtered, they're often augmented in certain ways from a certain angle.
People are going in to see plastic surgeons now saying that they actually want to look like what they look like when they have these filters, which is not biologically possible. When you become aware that if you're holding a phone a couple of inches from your face, it's going to make your nose look bigger. It's going to make your chin and the lower half of your face look different. This is Snapchat dysmorphia.
In my research, I look a lot at how queer women present themselves on social media. When we have LGBTQ communities representing themselves, you see a sort of skew towards still heteronormative standards of beauty and people trying to look more like these ideal standards. You're trying to be your unique self, but still feeling like you have to look like someone else can be very difficult.
My only concern would be if people are caught up in the celebrity aspect of it and wanting to kind of be a part of that, and maybe not fully realizing that these are serious surgical interventions that they are undergoing.
There's so much content happening on the internet these days, and so many people are vying for our attentions. Cosmetic surgery is really good in that atmosphere in terms of the images that it puts out because they're quite shocking. Whether it's the storytelling aspect of it, or seeing it in Snapchat stories or Instagram stories where people come in, they get cosmetic surgery, their lives are changed.
I see in the future probably more people are going to have procedures done because attractiveness is valued in our society, and I don't think that's a bad thing. But if you want to get ahead in life and you want a little bit more of a competitive edge, I mean, even say at work, people tend to hire based on looks and they tend to think that attractive people are more competent.
Beauty is power. It is very much placing that responsibility on the individual to change themselves. And it's a lot of pressure in our society.
Undergoing these procedures can create a better you, as long as you're aware that it's purely superficial and it's purely the way you look.